Live indeed. We are live indeed. Good evening and welcome from a chilly and damp Mount Laurel, New Jersey on this crappy start to a holiday weekend, May 29th, 2021. I'm Bill Spence. I'll be your server this evening and your host for this, the 58th edition of the House Arrest Concert Series. Thank you for joining me. You know what? All my trivia stuff is on a notepad right across the room, so I'm going to have to walk over there and get that. And I'll be right back to start the festivities. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, one thing I wanted to say about pop music in general is that I developed a theory many years ago that there are only three types of songs in pop music other than instrumentals. They are, I love you, I hate you, let me tell you a story. And the persons involved can switch. I mean, it can be I love you, I love myself, I hate you, I hate myself, you hate me, that sort of thing. But the three basic song types, and I'm going to concentrate mostly on the I love yous this evening. And that should be fun. That is my theory. And elk. Brontosauruses are thin at one end, very big in the middle, and thin at the other end. Very much like myself. An auspicious day. First, I want to raise a glass to Gavin MacLeod, who died at the age of 90 today. Gavin MacLeod, of course, Captain Steubing, Merrill Steubing on the Love Boat, taking another run, and Murray Slaughter in every episode of the Mary Tyler Moore Show in the 70s, and he actually was one of the crew members in Ernest Borgnine's PT boat, the PT-57, was that it? For McHale's Navy. He was on that show. That's where he came to America's attention first. But here you go, Gavin MacLeod. Ed Asner tweeted today, tell the gang I'll be with them soon. And he also said, Betty, it's down to me and you now. So there you go. Today, I'm stricken by my use of makes me crazy. So I'm going to try to pay more attention to it this week. That being said, 1917, and John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born. In 1953, on this date, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay made it to the top of the world. They crested Mount Everest on this day, 1953. In 1969, the Crosby, Stills and Nash album was released. Evidently, I heard a story, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but they realized that the album cover didn't have them in name order, so they went back to take more pictures, but the house that had been taken in front of had been destroyed. I could be wrong, who knows. In 1997, Jeff Buckley went into the drink in the Mississippi River. He was found June 4th, a few days later, by a tourist who spotted him off the edge of a riverboat So Jeff Buckley and his father Tim, both untimely early deaths. In 1992, in the category LGBTQ, supporters would be aghast. 1992, Sacred Heart High School in Clifton, New Jersey, decided that since too many people were identifying with Freddie Mercury, they were not going to use We Are the Champions for their graduations. That crap wouldn't fly today. So, 1992, almost 20 years ago. 2009, Phil Spector went to jail on this date for 19 years and did not serve his full term because he croaked earlier this year, January 2021. I think that's all the facts I have to spew this evening, so let me get to the first song. I remember seeing these guys in the 70s and being oddly disappointed that the lead singer wasn't the cute one. See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light shining through the window lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. See the paper lying on the sidewalk, little music from the house next door. So I walked on up to the doorstep, through the screen and across the floor. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Sweet days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom. July is dressed up and playing her tune, and I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting there, not a care in the world. See the smile waiting in the kitchen, food's cooking and the plates for two. Feel the arms that reach out to hold me in the evening when the day is through. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Jim Seals and Dash Crofts. Dash Crofts was the cute one. Jim Seals sang lead and played like mandolin and stuff, but if you look at pictures of them, cute is very subjective. Seals and Crofts, they both grew up in Texas. They played in local bands, and in the late 50s they moved to LA and they joined a band called the Champs. But they joined them after the Champs had their big success with the song Tequila. You know that one. So they didn't really go anywhere with the Champs. A couple of years later, they formed their own band, Seals and Crofts, and had quite a few big hits. They were proselytizers of the Bahia faith, and I recall when I saw them, they did take a few minutes out of their show to talk about that and try to convince people that Bahia was a way to live. And the only thing I knew about Bahia is that it was a beach town in Brazil, which I actually later visited. But one other song of theirs that sticks in my mind, and I'm hoping that some of my Glassboro State College friends, which would be probably about 70% of the audience, remembers that the song We May Never Pass This Way Again. I don't know if that was played at our graduation or cited at our graduation, but I think there's probably people out here would have a better memory of 1976 in the summer than I do. So let me know. Meanwhile, I will go check the recording device and see who's with us this evening. Hey, the recording device is working. And Sarah's back. Yay. Thank you. Jeff Weber. Yeah, you're the guy who I'm thinking might know something about. Yeah, but you graduated a year before me, I think. I don't know. Somebody'll clear my memory, I'm sure. So that's pretty much an I Love You song, don't you think? Next one, I've got to make some changes on the piano. I've got to get the cats out of the piano and go to electric piano mode, but not that kind of electric piano, this kind. This one. Okay. So, people think different things about Jim Morrison. There's a fairly large camp that thought he was pretty much a tool. I kind of side with that camp, but looking at the 1970 post-mortem state of the Doors following his passing, you had 2 albums with the 3 other original members, Robbie Krieger, John Densmore, and Ray Manzarek. They put out 2 albums. That did, okay. Ray Manzarek took on the vocals. And then they decided, well, maybe we need a different vocalist. So they went to England and looked for some people. And Ray just kind of got fed up with the idea of continuing with the Doors, and he went back to LA. So that leaves Robbie and John. And they hook up with this guy named Jess Roden. And Jess Roden was lead singer for a band called the Alan Bown Set, B-O-W-N. It was kind of a white boy soul act. It was very popular in London, but not so much outside of London or the UK or the world. Jess Roden sang lead vocals for them. When he left, and he left to form a band called Bronco, and he sang with them for a while. But then when Krieger and Densmore were looking for a vocalist, they asked Jess Roden, and he joined them for a project called the Butts Band, B-U-T-T-S, the Butts Band. And they put out 2 albums, first one in 1973. There's another but Jess Roden from the Alan Bownset, who was replaced in the Alan Bownset by Robert Palmer, by the way. So it's all very incestuous, this music scene, but it's a band that had local renown pretty much in London, but not so much elsewhere. And the Butts Band released 2 albums in the United States and never really went anywhere. But this song from their 1973 album, The Butts Band, featuring Robbie Krieger and John Densmore and Jess Roden and a guy named Phil Chen, who's a bass player of considerable renown, and a keyboard player named Roy Davies. It was short-lived. He died in 1986. But anyway, they put out a song that I really like, and it is quite the I Love You song. I know you wanna be with me now. You know I love you too. How come can we not make it happen when it's so easy to do? Be just perfect for 2. Ain't nobody gets on your case. They don't care what you do. I don't know what you got, babe, but I like what you do. It's likely it's not, babe, gonna make love to you. I know we're gonna live together. You know I love you too. So hey, how come can we not make this happen when it's so easy to do? You got, babe, but I like what you do. It's likely it's not, babe, gonna make love to you. I know you wanna be with me now. You know I love you too, I really do. Say how come can we not make this happen when it's so easy to do? Be With Me from the Butts Band. Check it out on YouTube. I think you'll enjoy it. Nice and cold. So I talked about the Alan Bound set being renowned locally in London. One section of London, but I don't remember all my sections of London. But very similar to a lot of bands that I like that achieve local renown, but never really break big. And that makes me sad, but it makes me happy to celebrate them in this silly venue that I have here. One of those, well, I'm talking about bands who are big locally, like, say, the A's in Philadelphia, or in Long Island, Good Rats. They never really achieved the monumental success that they should have. This is another one of those bands from Syracuse, New York, called 805. In 1982, they put out an album called Stand in Line. Love this song from it. They started doing covers of like Genesis and Supertramp and stuff like that. And if they had the balls to do Genesis and Supertramp covers, they were a pretty good band. And I will attest to that because I love their song. Making It All Seem True. Came out in 1982. Did not chart. In case you were curious, Be With Me from the Butts Band did not chart either. That was from 1973. I need to do a little playing around on the piano here. See if I can get my... Ooh, that's not quite right. I'll get those together. Yeah, that'll work. So it's Making It All Seem True from 805. Today, I thought I knew the answer. Took my life and set it on the wall, and put in a call to say, I need to hear its magic. But if I wish so hard, I must be making it all seem true, 'cause it's a lot more in my eyes. All my dreams return to you, and made it all seem true. My dreams return to you. I create a situation, take you to a place I wanna be, 'cause having you here with me is my imagination. But I just can't fight it, so I'm making it all seem true, 'cause it's a lot more in my eyes. All my dreams return to you, and making it all seem true. My dreams return But if I wish so hard, all my dreams return to you, making it all seem true. My dreams return to you, making it all seem true. My dreams return to you. 805 from Syracuse, New York. Big hits in upstate New York. Not much to find about them. There you go, stop that. Not much to find out about them on the interwebs. But there is, they actually have a Facebook page. They're not in Wikipedia. They're not too much to be found. I always thought 805 was an area code name, but 805 is a California area code, so I'm not sure what 805 means. Because, you know, when I was a burgeoning musician and I lived in New York in 1982, I so wanted to have a band called 212. Never happened. Okay, from 1975. This one stalled at number 2 3 weeks in a row, but behind 3 different songs at number 1. First week it was beat out by Van McCoy's Do the Hustle. Second week by the Eagles, One of These Nights. And the third week by the Bee Gees, Jive Talkin'. From the original soundtrack. And the strung out sounds here I'm going to try to duplicate were actually made by 3 of the band members sang individual notes, and they made 12-foot tape loops that they played in the background of this. So the song itself is based on a comment from Eric Stewart's wife, who asked him, why don't you say I love you more often? And Eric thought, well, you know, if I say I love you all the time, it's just going to degrade the value of that phrase. So he came up with this song. Love, so don't forget it. It's just a silly phase I'm going through. And just because I call you up, don't get me wrong, don't think you got it made. Not love, no, no. It's because I like to see you, but then again, it doesn't mean you mean that much to me. So if I call you, don't make a fuss. Don't tell your friends about the 2 of us. Not love, no, no. It's because stain that's lying there. So don't you ask me to give it back. I know you know it doesn't mean that much to me. Not love. It's because you waited a long time for me. Oh, you waited a long time. Oh, you waited a long time for me. Oh, you waited a long time. Not love. So don't forget it. It's just a silly phase I'm going through. Just because I call you up. Don't get me wrong, don't think you got it made. Not love. Not love. Not love. Not love. NCC, 1975. Oh, I've gone way past the time limit, but hey, what the heck? I don't care. I hope you don't. Yeah. 12-foot tape loops with the voices of the singers from 10cc made that. And this silly piano of mine made the rest of it happen. My last number is an original song that I have never performed here before. I wrote the music. Lyrics were written by my late, great, departed buddy Charlie McKinless. Passed away in January of 2018. It seems like forever ago, but it's really not that long ago. He was the one that nudged me into living life as a musician during the time period that I actually did live life as a musician. And parts delivery guy and a waiter and all the other things that people who make a living as a musician have to also do to make a living. This is I love you, I hate myself kind of song. It's a peppy little number about the feelings one experiences when one is no longer loved. It's called Like Underwater. Must have happened slowly. I lost sight of the shore. Memories fading. call but you don't hear me. And all I see is blue, like underwater, like underwater, like underwater. Wonder when they'll find me. Wonder if they'll try. Wonder how I lost you. Wonder if you'll cry. Could it be I'm dreaming? Or am I really dead? Wonder if I'm lying in the sea or in my bed, like underwater, like underwater, like underwater, like underwater. Here everything moves slowly. The silence feels so warm. Every waking moment, the calm before the storm, like underwater, like underwater, like underwater, like underwater. Like underwater. Thus ends this extended version of episode 58 of the House Arrest Concert series. Someone mentioned on the Facebook that I need a new name since House Arrest is over. Well, yeah, House Arrest might be over, but it's a good hashtag. And yeah, I agree, House Arrest is over. I've actually been to 3 different restaurants in the last week. I'm going to one more tomorrow. And I've eaten in all of them without a mask. And oh God, it's just been fabulous. But, you know, you can enjoy it too if you get your vaccination. If you don't have your vaccination, get your vaccination, for Christ's sake. What is wrong with you? Be vaxxed, relaxed, and come back next week. As far as I know, episode 59 is still on for the 5th of June. So hopefully I will see you then. And did I mention people of Earth, how are you? I think I forgot that at the beginning. So people of Earth, ciao ciao. Until next time.